won't stop till I hear him say,
So the use of colors in popular images in their hidden meaning. Again, the elite cabal, the heads of this world, they use secret imagery. Okay, Freemasons, they have subliminal messaging in all of their logos, and I'm going to show you guys that today. Alrighty, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. In today's video breakdown, guys and gals, we are going to jump down the rabbit hole. I want you guys to keep an open mind. For individuals that don't have an open mind, this video is not going to click with you all. The individuals that cannot see past the elite's illusion that they display to us on a day-to-day basis in the form of propaganda, subliminal messaging, things of that nature. I'm going to show you guys how everything is connected to Ripple and XRP. Again, things that you need to really ask yourself, okay? There's closed door meetings going on. A lot of people don't really understand how deep and how far down the rabbit hole really goes. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys some book recommendations that I highly suggest every single individual that watches this YouTube dive into. So wait and stick around towards the end of this video for those couple of book recommendations. Again, highly intuitive, open-minded books that will really open your eyes to what is going on in the world. And it's not just a bunch of pop smoke. All the stuff that I talk about on this YouTube channel that I try to give you guys gems of, there's so much more that I want to say to you all, but because freedom of speech is not a thing anymore, and you really have to be careful of what you say, or you will get attacked, you will get taken down, you will get monetized, you will get you will get restricted on unprecedented levels. I'm going to be kind of careful with what I say here today, but I want to take your attention to a tweet that I put out to you guys. And it says, it only takes 1 hour of deep independent research to convince yourself XRP will be valued much higher in the future compared to what it is worth at time of writing. I'm not talking about watching YouTube and Moonboy price predictions. I'm talking about reading articles, doing logical math, and reading PDFs. So with that being said, I was just doing some research on the IMF and things of that nature, like I do on a day-to-day basis, just keeping up with the economic state of the world and things of that nature, which led me to a PDF where it talks about the future of digital technology. Okay. So I will link this in the description down below. I'm not going to read the fine print for you guys. Like I said, take it upon yourself and do your own research, but just some key takeaways from this article. We see digital technology will spread further and efforts to ignore it or legislate against it will likely fail. So that was a key highlight. And this is an article, a PDF that was put out by the IMF. We see right here, smart policies can alleviate the short-term pain of the technological disruption and pave the way for long-term gain. That was another interesting little part of this. We scroll up here, and again, like I said, this was put out by the IMF. We see right here, the decline of cash can be neither stopped nor reversed. Now, if you guys saw the interview that I did with Amir Casper before I took it off of the YouTube page, I talked to you guys about how this digital revolution is coming. It is inevitable. And the reason for that is because data is how you control the world. Okay. If I ask you what you ate for breakfast, you're going to be able to tell me that without hesitation. You know, maybe you ate a bowl of Fruit Loops, maybe you ate a bowl of churros, maybe you had some eggs, bacon, toast. Okay. You're going to tell me that with no hesitation. Okay. But if I ask you for your bank statement for the last 2 months and to display that information to me, you're going to be hesitant for privacy reasons. Even if you have nothing to hide, you're not going to want me to see that. Okay. And so think about that from an elite cabal perspective of these global heads of this world. They want to have access to everything that every single person is buying and selling at any given point in time. That is where the real data is going to come from. Okay. And right now we have Google, we have all these social media aspects, we have all of this internet, right? But when you have the internet of value and you can really see what people are buying and selling on a day-to-day basis, that's when you can really learn something about somebody. Okay. I could learn everything about you as an individual by looking at your bank statement history for the past, 5 years of your life. I could literally learn every single thing about you, what you like, what you eat, what you wear, your bills, how much money you spend on personal things. If you're somebody that needs to be red flags for terrorism, like whatever the case may be, you can find all that information out about somebody through their payment history. Okay, so think about that when it comes to this digital revolution and this cashless society that we're migrating to. That doesn't mean that cash is going to completely go away, but are we going to move to a society where every single thing can be tracked on the blockchain? 100% that is coming, guys and gals. It is inevitable. And with all this flood that's in the market right now, understand that as an early adopter in this crypto space, there is potential for massive gains in the future just based off the ideology that this technological revolution is coming. It is inevitable. So, an interesting part of this PDF is when it talks about Christine Lagarde and her role in the IMF and things of that nature. Again, like I said, I'll link this in the description down below for you guys to read. But this picture right here clicked with me from a picture over here that correlates with this video with Brad Garlinghouse on stage, okay, with an IMF director where they're talking about regulatory framework. And if we look at the date of this video, it's in 2018, where Ripple was on stage with IMF talking about regulatory framework. And even in this video, the IMF director says that Chris Larson was part of a high level advisory board that was established to give the IMF advice on regulatory clarity. Okay. Very interesting to say the least, because 2 years later, what happened? Ripple got sued by the SEC, claiming that Ripple was selling unregistered securities and that XRP itself is a security. I find that interesting to say the least when the IMF was asking for regulatory guidance from private participants like Ripple. Okay, so here I'm just going to play a little snippet of that just so that way you guys can see that the devil's in the details.
And on the potential impact of fintech on the cross-border payments market. We are engaging very closely with the private sector in the industry, and last year put in place a high-level advisory group of industry leaders from the private and public sectors to help guide us in our work on fintech. I'm very happy to say that Chris Larson, one of the co-founders of Ripple, and Sapendo Mohante from the Monetary Authority of Singapore are both part of that group, and we're very grateful for the work, the advice that they give us.
We're very grateful for the advice that they give us, right? So, why would a company that is doing something illegal like selling unregistered securities be allowed to give advice to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund? Again, scratch your head. The devil's in the details. Revert back to the tweet that I posted to you guys that if you just do an hour's worth of research on XRP and Ripple, you will come to the conclusion that it's all a smokescreen, guys and gals. Okay, so remember I said that that picture rang a bell? Well, right here, here's that same picture from that IMF PDF. And we see here's the IMF Managing Director welcomes establishment of high-level advisory group on fintech. Here's Chris Larson, Executive Chairman of Ripple. And also above that, we see Robert Garrison, Managing Director and Chief Information Officer at the DTCC. This is a big key player, okay? Quadrillions of dollars right here, right above Chris Larson, Executive Chairman of Ripple. Also a member of the high-level advisory group. You don't just become a member of this advisory group based off of nothing. Do you see any other cryptocurrency asset on this list? No, you don't. You don't see XLM. You don't see ADA. You don't see anything. You don't see Solana. You don't see any of them, guys and gals. It's just Ripple. So people that tell you that XRP is a coin, okay, they're individuals that haven't done the research, right? So the IMF, okay, is established an organization of 190 countries. All highlighted in green are all of the countries that Ripple and XRP are doing business with. You guys can see the massive list of participants that Ripple has signed on board. Okay, mainly the ones that are highlighted in red are extreme government entities that have banned cryptocurrency or have some type of extremist viewpoint, like Afghanistan. You have Iraq that's highlighted in red, right? A lot of these third world countries that haven't really adopted cryptocurrency quite yet, or have government extremists in control of their nation, right? So the majority of the 190 countries or members list of the IMF are doing business with Ripple and XRP, just to show you guys how fully integrated Ripple is with this cryptocurrency adoption. Okay, coming over here, that led me to a little bit more research surrounding regulatory framework that Ripple was attempting to put in play before they got sued by the SEC. We see right here, April 1st, 2019. So this is before the court case came into play. And we see right here, Ripple joins IOTA, Cardano, Consensus, and Swift in a strategic effort to boost blockchain and tackle crypto. Ripple, a leading settlement system for cross-border payments, has become a founding member of the International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications. It says right here that they're attempting to interact with policymakers and regulators. We see a little video snippet on Ripple's Twitter of Brad Garlinghouse saying just that. So I want you guys to take a listen. And again, this all took place right before Ripple was sued by the SEC.
Hi, I'm Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO here at Ripple. It's an honor and really a privilege for us to be one of the founding members of the International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications. This really is a pivotal time for the distributed ledger technology industry. It's critical that as an industry, we come together and engage with regulators and with governments globally. The work we're seeing with the European Commission is pivotal and can be leading in this effort. We're thrilled to be involved and look forward to being a leading participant.
So it's going to get to a point where people are really going to have to ask themselves, people that make fun of everybody that makes XRP and Ripple, videos on YouTube and things of that nature, are you guys really doing the research? We already know, that Ripple is a part of the high-level advisory board for the IMF. We know that Ripple is a part of the Faster Payments Task Force for the Fed, right? We see that they're doing business with the Bank of England, all these major key players. It's literally just insane how deep the rabbit hole goes, but people don't really understand how fine-tuned and intuitive all this stuff really is connected. Okay, secret symbolisms, secret cabal meetings, the global elites, they're all tied together, and I'm going to show you guys that here just based off of their websites alone. Okay, but here is that INATBA organization, and we can see some major key players. We see IBM. We scroll down here, we see R3. We see Swift, right? So this is part of that regulatory group that Ripple was a founding member of. Okay, so this is the inatba.org. You guys can go and look at their members lists. Very interesting to say the least. Lots of major key participants here. Okay. But coming over here, this is where we're going to jump down the rabbit hole. And again, I want you guys to keep an open mind. Remember, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys some book recommendations that are really going to help you unlock that higher level consciousness way of thinking. So just take a second, sit back, relax, and enjoy what it is that I have to read to you guys. This is, again, an open-minded video that you really need to think of when I'm explaining this to you, okay? So the use of colors and popular images in their hidden meaning. Again, the elite cabal, the heads of this world, they use secret imagery, okay? Freemasons, they have subliminal messaging in all of their logos, and I'm going to show you guys that today. Media is defined as the main means of mass communication, television, radio, newspapers, and the internet. Regarded collectively, media utilizes pictures, sounds, videos, forms of information. Information is consistently bombarded on the modern human at an unprecedented rate, influencing them in many ways. Right from infancy, where the mind is similar to a sponge and absorbs all the information consciously and unconsciously, until the end of life, at which point a human has been a lifelong audience to the images, sounds, and ideas it's forced to absorb. We are constantly and relentlessly fed a supply of information in various forms. This too is increasingly exponentially an extremely powerful tool for this purpose is the picture image. Okay, so again, pay attention to what I'm reading to you guys. The use of images is a very important and effective tool utilized by the elites. Images take many forms, such as corporate logos, advertising banners, graffiti, motion pictures, videos, etc. They serve multiple purposes, including, but by no means limited to, influencing and desanitizing the populace, implementing suggestions and influencing morality, influencing what is considered right and wrong, all of which are variants of mind control. If you guys haven't done research on Project MKUltra, you guys can literally go on the CIA website to their declassified documentations and look up the Project MKUltra, where they literally experimented in the early 1900s on mind controlling the populace. Okay, it's not a joke. You guys can go do the research. Again, jump down the rabbit hole. The information is there. People just don't want to put in the elbow grease to actually inform themselves. They want to stay, sedated. They want to stay zombified. They want to believe Fox News and CNBC and all the jargon and all the manipulation and pandemics and war that's going on via how they display information to the general herd. They don't want to go behind the scenes and do the research, but the research is there. Okay. So this is something which we are now witnessing at a global level. While these symbols are on display by the ruling elite within their inner circles, they appear as a stamp of approval. Okay, so right here, this is what I want to highlight for you guys: stamp of approval of their dominance and ownership of the profane. Almost a cruel inside joke that none of us are in on. Many of these images are common symbols, and more information on these symbols can readily be found by casual Google searching or speaking to any truth seeker. And then it goes on to talk about some of these symbolisms, okay? But what I want you guys to pay attention to is what they said here, the stamp of approval, okay? Ripple has gotten the stamp of approval. I'm going to prove that to you guys today. So first, we're going to start out with the IMF, Okay. The IMF, the World Economic Forum, they're at the top of the food chain. Okay. Pay attention to the color scheme. Again, subliminal messaging showing you guys that they are all interconnected systems working together. Tell me why every single global elite utilizes the same exact color scheme in their imagery via their logo and on their website platform. Look at this white and blue color, okay, in every single global elite or global cabal head of this world. Okay. Now look at Ripple's. Look at Ripple's colors. Okay. Blue and white. Again, pay attention to the color scheme. You guys can even see when Ripple was designing its logo, they were utilizing blue and white, blue and white. And we have already gone over the triescalon, and I've shown you guys how intuitive the Ripple logo really is. Now we go over to the World Economic Forum. What colors do they utilize? Blue and white. Okay, we can even scroll up to the top of their logo. What do we see? Blue and white, right? Can't be a coincidence, huh? Right? That's what people say that have a closed mind. It can't all be a coincidence. It's just a coincidence, guys. Don't pay attention to it. Look the other way. It is not a coincidence, guys and gals, that you have to understand, right? I've built websites before. Okay. I have a website that operates right now. I had to physically go in and choose the colors that I utilize. I had to physically go in and choose my logos. I had to physically go in and choose the print, the font. Every single thing has been built. Okay. Look at this, the FSB, Financial Stability Board. What colors do they use? Blue and white. Again, the stamp of approval, Ripple has gotten that stamp of approval. Okay. They're allowed to use these colors, right? Blue and white. Check this out. The World Bank, what colors do they utilize in their logo? Blue and white. We come over here. United Nations, what colors do they use? Blue and white. You can't make this stuff up, guys and gals. We come over here. The Clearinghouse, okay? Major Settlement for International Payments. What colors do they utilize? Blue and white. It's hilarious. The DTCC, what colors do they utilize for their logo and their website? Blue and white, right? Can't be a coincidence, huh? FederalReserve.gov, what colors do they utilize? Blue and white. What color do they utilize for their symbolism? Blue and white, right? You guys are going to get tired of me saying blue and white. That's how insane this is. The CFTC, what colors do they utilize for their platform? Blue and white. European Central Bank, what colors do they utilize? Blue and white. Oh, buddy, it gets so it just goes, it keeps going. It keeps going. The ICE, okay? If you guys don't know who the ICE is, go check them out. ICE provides transparent markets to invest, manage risk, and raise capital across major asset classes. Okay. Blue and white, right? You can't make this stuff up. Look, here we go. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. What colors do they utilize? Blue and white. Okay. Last but not least, I'm going to stop bothering you guys with this blue and white stuff, but you guys can go do the research. U.S. Department of the Treasury. What colors do they utilize? Blue and white. Ripple has gained the stamp of approval by the elites. Okay. You realistically think that they would be utilizing these colors if they weren't part of every single global cabal that runs this world. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. Okay. Even the G20 right here, just to put a cherry on top. Okay. The G20, what colors did they utilize? Blue and white. It is not a coincidence, guys. This is all coordinated. Wake up, do your research. Okay. I will leave links in the description down below for some of the things that I've said and displayed to you guys, i.e. this video right here, the PDF from the IMF. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the book recommendations. Okay, check this out, guys. I ask that my viewers here, if you're one of those open-minded individuals and you want to jump down the rabbit hole, you want some insider information to what's really going on in the world, take it upon yourself, order these books. Don't do it all at once, okay? Because it's going to cost you money, of course. Some of these books you can get for free on the internet in the form of PDFs. Some of them you can read in the form of audiobook on YouTube for free as well. So make sure that before you go out and purchase them, if you don't like hard copy books, make sure that you can see if you can get like an audio version of it. Maybe you can look right here, it says audiobook. Okay, maybe you can find a free audio book version on the internet. Personally, I like the hard copy. I like to sit down and read and actually do my research. But some people like audiobooks. Maybe you're a driver. Maybe you have a commute to work that you can read these books on. Replace music for literally like 3 months with nothing but audiobooks, and your brain will literally transform into a higher dimensional human being. The people that we were meant to be, you will get unlocked from the system. The cap that's put on your brain will literally be lifted, just by listening to audiobooks. So the first one here is Wealth Hoarders: How Billionaires Pay Millions to Hide Trillions by Chuck Collins. This one is a very interesting read, mind-blowing stuff in this book. Another one right here. This one's insane. Shadow Government, Surveillance, Secret Wars, and Global Security State in a Single Superpower World by Tom Engelhart. This book is insane. Another one, okay? I highly advise, this is like the #1 book you got to read. The Creature from Jekyll Island by Edward Griffin. Talks about the Federal Reserve and the creation of the Federal Reserve and who founded the Federal Reserve. And this will solidify every single thing that I just showed you in this video. If you guys go and you read this book right here, The Creature from Jekyll Island, you're going to be like, wow, Cyprus isn't making this stuff up. He's really fine-tuned with what's going on in the world right now. Again, there's so much more that I want to say to you guys, but I can't, because, you know, they attack people like myself who speak the truth. And you guys know that for a fact. You know that for a fact. If I was to start speaking the truth, they would take my Twitter down, which they've already shadow banned. They would start blocking my YouTube content. They would flag me. Okay. It is not a joke. That is for a reason, because they want to subdue this information. They don't want you knowing this stuff. Okay. But you guys can unlock your true potential by reading this information and then implementing it and giving it to your family members and your kids and escaping from the matrix. Okay. So the Creature from Jekyll Island. Another one we have, The Road to Ruin. This book is crazy as well, by James Rickards. Okay. The Road to Ruin. Highly recommend. We come over here. You can get that for pretty cheap on Amazon. You also see the audiobook is free if you have audiobook. Okay. So go check that out. Again, audio versions sometimes help people out. And this is the main one right here. I mean, I cannot stress this enough. Aside from the Creature of Jekyll Island, if you really want to unlock your subconscious and conscious way of thinking to an unprecedented level, Outwitting the Devil, highly recommend you read. Okay. So blessings to you guys all. Take this video again with a grain of salt. If you're a closed-minded individual, if you're an open-minded individual, then you're tapped in already and you already know most of this stuff. Okay. But as a seeker of information, it is my goal in life to enlighten people. And that is simply what I'm doing here in this video, to let you all know that simply by just doing some Ripple and XRP research, you will really come to the conclusion that Ripple has the stamp of approval. Okay. Ripple has 100% that stamp of approval, okay, by the elites. Blessings to you guys all. If you guys enjoyed this video breakdown, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have picked our XLM YouTube $50 giveaway. His name is Ben. He won the $50 giveaway. Here's a screenshot of the message that I sent to him. I will also announce it on my Twitter. Blessings to everybody that did participate in that $50 XLM giveaway. We'll have another one in the month of September. As always, be cognizant, be aware, do your own personal research. Nothing that I constitute here is financial advice. This is just a deep rabbit hole dive video, some interesting information that I thought that I'd display for you guys. Blessings to you all. If you like content like this, comment in the description down below. Maybe even comment your personal opinion, or maybe any other links or PDFs or YouTube videos that you want me to check out, or maybe do a deep rabbit hole dive on. Blessings to you guys. As always, I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video breakdown.
Stop till I hear him say.